Good evening. It's today's Tuesday, and my son with friends go to Cedar Point and roller coaster, and won't have fun after that. Long time stranded in the houses. They start basketball practice too last night, and I'm so happy for them. Something we have to already change in the country, and in Michigan too. I'm so happy about this. And yesterday I listened news, and governor won't change a lot of law in Michigan. Very good way. I just like finally somebody won't change something. A lot of people in government right there, like doctors, like militaries, like police officers, and they all together, beautiful. They all ask and pray for Michigan, and I'm happy pray for this, because it's very hard to see what is going on right now. I'm glad boys go today, Cedar Point. They protect themselves. They have a mask, good mask, and I know they protect themselves. They needed that. We have to understand them. They teenagers, 16, 17s, have a lot of energy. And I see how they, a lot of development themselves and everything, especially in technology stuff. They're so smart. I want this next time invite one boy with me to his sharing his what he's going through with that COVID-19. It's really neat. They don't give up. They want to change the world, and I'm with them. I want to change the world too. Because what is reason we sit and complain and struggle with everything and then move on? What is reason? We have to move on. We have to find the jobs. It's a lot of jobs open right now. But when I'm going morning work, or after I'm done work, run around the town, I see more and more people coming.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
Thank you,
Please repeat what you said?
I'm sorry. This is technology right now. Usually they don't take my accent, and never know. And a lot of scams going on too. And I see a lot more and more people on the outside with kids, with families, different nationality. I saw that in the Arabic family, never saw it in outside Arabic family. They hard work. Immigrants is very hard work in America. And I know a lot of Arabic people who work hard. And I know we have a coach for Taekwondo from Iraq. He's very hard work. I know that. And she's too, his wife. Have 3 kids. They're very nice people. And we have to open our eyes sometimes and help who is have a job. And change that everything and pray for them. They can find a job. And it's so, a lot of people tell me, I'm talk to that people, they put application and nobody hire them because afraid to hire them, they get homeless. I don't understand it. If I have big corporation, I'd be hired like that people. I know somebody hire. I'm hire homeless people sometimes too. I have experience with this, and I help. It's neat. If everybody help one person, like as Jesus say, he's left 99 lamb and go to a mountain and save that one lamb. This is what we have to do together. And I want to continue my story. I'm not preacher, seriously, but I love preaching for kids, for young generation, and I want to express my feeling stuff inside of me, because I want to speak out for people too, for mothers and fathers, to look in our society, our kids, where they have to living tomorrow, after 1 month, after 1 years. It's so interesting. I'm thinking today about one child I have raised in Soviet Union regime, communist regime, and other child I raised in America. 2 different countries, 2 different opposite banks of river, my life. It's not interesting. It's challenge. God put me in a situation I have to study, I have to work, I have to do something, and I come back to church too. That is big things for me to change. My old career, what I'm making, I have to drop it total. In my life, very educated, huge career I make it. In my region. In America, I did feel it all the time. I'm making coffee for me because it's so good right now. Nice weather, nice evening, and I have a very good mood too. And I'm just thinking about it's how life can change. In 1994, my life is change total. A different direction. I come back to church, and after 10 years I have very difficult time in 1994 with everything. I told my mother before I go to America, saying, Mom, it's bad year in my life is 1994. We a lot of talking about this when I have go difficult when I'm done with everybody and start new life. And I come back church and I tell you how I'm disappointing where is business start. But we can't judge people, right? But I want to continue, finish that story, how I decided how I came into America. Because at the time when I talked to my mother and want to move to mother's house, and I told you already what happens. And reason when I move, because I don't want part of lying stuff. I don't want fake to God. I'm just born. I have a very strong faith. I'm learning a lot in other opposite side of a country with making my career and raise my girl very different world. I know exactly what I see. You can analyze right away. And as I told you yesterday how start countries independency, making a contract with the government to Russia and start living by themselves, but they can survive. Can you imagine if we right now have 50 states, right? Let's we cut it off New York State. What be happens in the country? Can we do this? It's same like in Russia, like as you have hand, and this is what small countries right there. Let's we chop one fingers, one country and other country. Hands survive because hand is grow from arm to body, but fingers not survive. They be dying. Just example, physical example. That's what happens in Russia. How they survive. They want independency, but Russia built all that countries with Soviet Union after revolution. After World War II, they win together World War II. All nationality, all that countries. How you can separate? But people, you know what happens? Because after Gorbachev changed the world, in the European world, he is destroyed that Berlin Wall in Germany, and a lot of Russian people go Germany back, who is I'm growing up together from Lutheran churches and Seventh-day Adventist church. We have a lot of Germany people right there, families. They all go back to Germany because living in Germany much better like in Russia. Russia fell very badly. A lot of countries start losing the jobs, starving, and prostitution communities in Moscow and other cities. They won't survive. From Moldova, from Pribaltica is close to Pribaltics is close to Europe. They start going to Europe. A lot of people start go to Italy, find the jobs, babysitting, or watch the old people. They offer them job. Young generation, a lot have sex traffic, a lot have they using young boys and girls for work in farms, and they help them to find like that job. You have to really be careful and insecure. A lot of people go to Turkish work and with businesses, they buy right their stuff and bring to Russia and they sell it there right there. Because their territory have more investment in America and different countries in Europe and China, not Russia. And they buy right there and they making a lot of businesses not legal. You can open business that time and still you can open that business in Russia or open farms. Created farms. The mafia hunting down you. Oh, Tatiana, you have $10,000. You have to share it with us. They all do this. You have to share it with mafia. You have to share it with police to have roof on top of you, security roof. And eventually you don't make nothing. How you can survive? You need to invest money. When you invest, you need a lot of money to invest. But we have rich people in Russia too. That's true mafia only. You have to lie to government, don't pay tax. And when I come back to in Moscow, and my brother-in-law told me story about the time as have mayor of Moscow, Lushkov. He's very close to mafia always because he's need money. New government don't have money after they destroy the communism, because communism all money in Switzerland. But they found the way how need have the money. They all corrupt. And I remember I have a very good police officer, KGB officer in Petrovka 38. They work in board and airport. They check it out, people what they bring in the country. And he's an officer right there. He's telling me a lot of story about what is going on and at that time. They all corrupt. Everybody will survive at that time. And government can control it. Because everybody they go to very quick America and looking how America making businesses, business people who have money. A lot of people go right there in America. I know a lot of people myself. They learn very quick how America making business, come back to Russia and opening the businesses. New companies. But they already corrupt. You know how many people right there in America making money, not legal ways. All country in the world. I know people who is doing this. I just impressed how government in America don't see that people is a lot of money go to out of country. Corruption, it's a bad things in one country in the world. You have to separate religion, military, mafia, gang members, and government. You have to all that separate. Sometimes I remember when I'm just go back to church, I talked to with one scientist with who I'm working used to. Very old man, but he's very smart. And we talked about that corruption stuff, and I told him as prophecy, I was very back to church and learning, study a lot of Bible. I'm just like hungry for Bible at that time, what 1994 and later. And we talked to him, and I told him prophecy when it's before Jesus coming, the 4 angels hold it 4 wind in the prophecy in the Bible. And I'm just thinking about 4 winds. It is exactly 4 organizations who is holding to that world. This is government, military, mafia, and religion. They hold the world. They command the world. That's very clear. You can see who is understand politician view. They don't care about families, but not everybody. Some have good, in mafia have good people who take care of families, and the government have good people. Always have plus and minus everywhere. God have everywhere His people. I know that. He's teach me what that way. And my father one of them too. I know a lot of government is good people. I need them. A lot of good doctors in Russia, in America, a lot of business people, good. They can change the world if we be together, if we start listening to each other and stop fight. Because listen, I'm just thinking about Russia today, how we start fighting for nothing. Don't make any sense. We used to together, we love each other. It doesn't matter what nationality, Muslim or Chinese or Korean, or we all together. We never fight Armenian or Azerbaijans in Soviet Union, and religion in the churches too. But I'm living in churches, but we have Soviet Union.